Now, information being from the ground in there. Dr. Yao said to go to USA in a certain university, be of Columbia University, Malkaya presentation. Be one NDC na John Domani, Mama Obefu, especially with that with regards to that. And when about baby waba, John Domani, Mama, when ya waba, busy one term no prayer that day, or cheer former president of former oil leaks, John Evans Atamios Dona day. In the and when there is always this competition that he wants to make sure that we rub shoulders with Ubibia Baba after him because he wants to also come into power, what is a former president of Domani Mama. But as a minister, Dr. Yao said it, I'm telling you that Ono no Obama, why a very good reason to even the white people and the people in the diaspora there. Son MPP actually it is MPP is helping the country. Now more thing Abrofono would say now some will stick on yes, because you see, this is telling you that the NPP government is so having the hearts of the children in them.
But it takes reorganization, rethinking, then to be able to do what people thought was impossible, reducing cost of education per child. One of the things that Ghana, we preparing to go to PISA, but I also realized that we have to look at our local assessment regime. Invariably, we think that in education, we have what we call CIA, curriculum, instruction, and assessment. So we do that so well. But what we fail to understand is that assessment comes first. The outcome that you want, the product the student have to create. You are looking at how to solve certain mathematical equations. Then you work your way backwards to look at is the curriculum covering that and how am I going to teach it? About 6 months ago, I had a meeting with the West Africa Examination Council. They are the one who examine all students in Anglophone West Africa. And people see them as an international organization. But I called them to my office and I said, we have a new curriculum at the junior high school level. Give me a table of specification as to the level of difficulty of the questions that are going to come on this exam. So I popped up on my screen in my office the new Bloom's taxonomy. And I took them through it. The level 1, which is remembering, on a particular subject, 20 of the questions out of 40 were on remembering. Understanding had 10 questions. So that gives you between understanding and remembering, have 30 questions out of 40. And application was 10. Nothing on the exams was coming from level 4, 5, and 6. So what did that mean? What it meant, it would have meant for the country was that the following year, the teachers were not going to use critical thinking. They will not have to design lesson plans at 4, 5, and 6 because the exams is just level 1, 2, and 3. So I told them, you go back. And I said, this is a case where the tail is wagging the dog. We have created a national curriculum that says we will have critical thinkers. And I said, I've even gone to United Nations to talk about we can't memorize our way out of poverty, but we can critically think. and this has gone viral. Then in my own country, there's nothing critical thinking about exams. So they took it back. And they came back 2 weeks thereafter. Now I was so happy because 40% of the questions were from level 4, 5, and 6, assuring me that nobody was going to get an A if they could not think. But they were shocked that the education minister said the question should be difficult. But I also felt the investment we are making in education is to produce critical thinkers. And if our system is not producing them, our education is worthless. So now I'm so happy, and to validate that, I went to Nigeria and I met the Ghana High Commissioner to Nigeria who had lived in India. And the wife is a teacher in Ghana. So he said, Ghana, what happened this year? Your exams has changed. I said, what's going on? He said, my wife called me and told me that the Ghana's exam is just like that of India this year. So I was so happy. I got a validation. So for us to do well on PISA, you have to look at your national assessment. See, so if you go to PISA and don't do well, you are not PISA-like. So in our national standardized test, we brought psychometrics from Australia. they look at the PISA exams and they incorporated a number of PISA-like questions to make it PISA-like. So if they do on the national exams, it tells me we can go to PISA and we'll be able to do. We want to conquer the world, but we are starting.
We want to conquer the world. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, you see him going from the northern part of Ghana, by the southern part of Ghana. No, he's working with a team to conquer the world, and this is not through brawl. This is not through hand fist. This is not through violence. No. This is through dedication, determination. This is through vigor. This is through a lot of planning. Share education sector, NPP has made it so tremendously unexplainable to the NDC people. And that is why when they bring up a policy, this is the first time the NDC is going for a campaigner. They are trying to use a policy, which is a 24-hour policy, a 24-hour economic policy. They call it their own baby. You just want to mainstream to the understanding of the ordinary Ghanaian. How can you tell me 24-hour economy when you mention watching, when you mention wellness? 24-hour economy and watch, you mentioned watching sellers. Sometimes in your day, I mean, we see them as renowned people. We believe that these people have a bit of support there. A lot of people will say a lot of things. And it is also good that because I shall wonder can send me a look at what he said. We want to conquer the world, reducing cost of education, and the way we test our kids in examination is the way to go. This shout outs to all the NPP and people, especially Dr. Yaoseduchu. No wonder. Na poverty medication education system Dr. Yaoseduchu was about look at what he's doing. This is tremendous. USA. When you go to Ghana, not the norm. This is what Ghana should go to. We thank God. Then Ghana, but Fraba to do free SHS, to do SHS level piano. When you free SHS to be not to go. Because that has become one very headache for a lot of parents. And so the NDC phobia more can some with it here. That you go grant us it. But now what you should be asking. That's the one when so two of the free SHS never. You can say on Yabia. Ghana name obey you. Ghana will conquer the world one day. But Dama, the words of oil, Dr. also did you must see canon. Once we conquer the world, but now we are starting. But for me, I forgot to my from Ekosika. But then I share video notice and Kevin.
They were sleeping on the job. The teacher for the trauma there. What an insult to the Ghanaian youth. Open see a to mom. As president.
Before all be cansano. Unkai say na every video aba. Ama nkwala ni bi cry say you promised us say mo be my Pasco na ma this and that and that.
Grako di atema e do mo be ekotu.
Na say onu so can be a
maybe we can be political campaign. Obia wo premier dia benya kese Ghana konya so wonsa on kasa keke. Research be na oye ya wo de kasa asem no. Shomu be na oye ya wo discuss asem no. Ghana for mebunu SSC for say what the atem. Asem we no hia poso ba be patrol akase me kan wa. That is the first one.
Okay.
Second one. More pencil. You have videos, any evidence of one man, most of the tablet, a brain quara. Mind me and yet, now your body, what's the brabu of vote? Another insult.
Bribe no ya wo kasa de no kan say election time we drink to be or should be any mu say mo pese nkwala ne to aba mama. Na eno so no pe na kasa na enfofo bi mu aka bi wo saa time mo no nche ye eno amu me bi mu kasa ase nkwala ne beten ni 18 18 no
agene pa wo hwa ye be ye de aboa nkwala no a esren sa agene sebe biopic mind we no ni ade tino ye nyai de be ye de boa Ghana for ya gene nkwala future
mu nyina na mo politics ni mu nti ase wubu ube no se wubu ube obi so tebe enti no mu ye no wonu so hwemu a mo onim ni mo ya ama na kosie mu propaganda as a politician
who promise you it is that Sabria na who promise no na wo de ba be brabo Ghana for nkwala na. These are statements ye person ye change Ghana for emebunu adwin tusu say papa no a wasɔre sɛ wɔbɔ ntoase yɛ nto aba ma no adwene a ɛwɔ ne tim ɛwɔ mo ho no ɛnie adeɛ bi a yɛyɛ bɛboa Ghana mabunu no wɔdo deɛ wɔmfoa so wɔdo deɛ ɔbɛkasa atia na nkwale yi a timi atwa SSE ebi anya kwa akosua ade a aburokyire na ɔmo ne aborɔfo ɛpem so ne ade no ɛnɛ wobɛka sɛ ɔmo na ade apɔ ɛna atwa yɛ adan na Ghana yɛde wei ato yɛ ho so campaign many abre campaign a eduro no medimisa fa ho pra campaign bre a yeduro ye hia say odi ideas beba niye o say Ghana for expected from Yewa Mahama ne say kire yen ade a uba be ye ne so differently ebema Ghana mabunu no enya mo ahotoso say wo to aba ama unya renka asem bia de bebe bia no na abogu ade bia enkukọ nketenkete enkukọ bo nketenkete kosuan nketenkete no mo ne ade ne abogu ye wie ya 24 hour na betwem ne ade afedie nkwala de ye ya ma wo mo na amobura esiye na dachom de akọ manim no eno na opeso bu o mabam na man nkwala na feel say wo mo nsebi abra mo nim say they have give they omanya the right opportunity omo dey build omo future enemre mi say uwo tablets na textbooks soft copies a bit be the gusua. Why do you have to go printing textbooks? I didn't think there was a printing textbooks. The kind of evacuation where you bring mono a buy BA anyone when this fall to Republica what was I can adaje na anyhow ya enka me chire and omuni. And they know say at the end of the day, no, once offer education at home, parents affect you. And kwalana nkasa so affect you. It's parents who say they are safe on manner education, they are safe in the hands of the NPP. And kwalana nkasa so who say under this system, and kwalado do na nya kwan akọ school. Say what say double track system it tells you that is a clear evidence of the success of free SHS. Say enkwalanka omunya kwan ko school no and omunya nya kwan ebe school. And nese ukwe kwasia unya bofrempo na wona natena. It says obia hu kwan eko school. And no na NDC for mpe. Because education no be ma Ghana for nyina no omani ate. Education no be ma Ghana for nyina ni abie. E ma sebe propaganda na etro ni ade no mo de ba omunyi ntum bio. And into the free SHS no akoya madesua akoya makosam and you think you can attack it mom pe bibi foforo bi nka na Ghana for ntemase na Ghana for nya message this 2024 campaign no no campaign based on ideas fa idea bra na obi so fa na idea bra sa ye twitwi ye kansam humu ni ade no sebe Ghana for atra eno and na Ghana for o kansam ni bi say ya wo mo hwe won mo bisa say who waste your time because Ghanaians need to make a decision 2024 enya go na yebedie saa na yetina ho no mo a yantimi ankansam yantimi ankyerem yewura kufuo enye mo hyehyɛ your building ye ma akwan mandisi for ba mu na mo betwe ye kwa akyiri ene bra ye bra nyina no eye because we did not see say the NDC for had nothing for us and then ye can say the alternative is empty. Etino say ye can na ye can say send me no Yewa Mahama koka ye na ama Bawumia echirem na ye di effort aya in education
Ambreba mayedu na demra de be out no I bring in nothing but the truth. I bring you facts back to back content. Na Bawumia na share video share no be so nsan ka video na wi a che wadwe comment section bo from yafa wotuma from ekuska I'm a crowd na tiri into